Okay.
peeps.
Okay. Let's go. What you jamming?
That's a parking lot. Oh, yeah, I better stop that one. Especially I
But we
don't
good.
want YouTube to ban us again.
Hey, they
We
be
got
alright.
banned in Russia of
Oh,
all
we got banned in
places.
Russia. We was too
Yeah,
black.
yeah, it was too.
We
What it was?
was too black
We
in
played
Russia.
Whitney Houston one moment in time, and it was copyrighted
Man.
Russia
Wow.
of all places.
Right.
I give a damn about Russia.
Somebody in Russia listen to us?
Hey,
It's worldwide. We got somebody sipping some vodka. But me and the pops on some
and
podcast.
eating some beluga caviar.
Right.
Man, coming to you live from the Sit Your Ass Down studios. Welcome to the Me and D
Pops and Son.
podcast.
For that ass.
For that ass.
For that ass.
Nothing but. No Diddy.
No Diddy.
But it's for that ass. It's for you.
No Diddy.
Your ass. No Diddy.
It's for yourself.
Yeah, that
Yeah,
ass.
That ass.
Today is August 30th, 2024. We thank you so much for listening to us. Got a couple of rest in pieces, and then we got some birthdays sprinkled in,
got some
D, as promised.
Yep.
Rest in peace to the local entrepreneur Ted Drews, who had 2 main custard stands in St. Louis. And you can find his products in local grocery stores. He passed away at the age of 96. Great product. Ted Drews, if you live in St. Louis,
You talk about a product.
and you haven't had some of that
Consistent.
Ted Drews custard,
Man.
it's amazing. It's amazing. So rest in peace to Ted Drews.
Wow.
His
96
places still
though.
exist.
Right.
And we can still get that good custard ice cream.
His name will forever live on.
As
Especially
well
in the
as yeah. Oh, for real. Matter of fact,
Ted Drews.
I remember seeing it in Atlanta at one point in Publix locations.
It's solid product. Like you said, solid product.
Solid product, and I guess great. Man, those are good, D. Yeah, those are hitting. I don't know if yours has the caffeine in it or not.
Mine ain't got the caffeine in it. Hit your boy up.
But hit my Sonny boy up for that.
I sell these excess energy drinks. You can get a caffeine free with the caffeine. Depending on your liking, hit me up.
Yeah, I like to have that little boost of energy.
Yeah, and these are real good for you too, as far as like the vitamins in there. But just a little
something in my drink cup tonight.
So. Right. You can add it to something.
Something.
But they good for you, man. This how we stay up. This how we stay working.
Stay moving, keep it growing and
keep
growing.
It going
and growing.
Going and growing.
That's a shirt. And to the brothers, man, this is a sad one. Hockey players.
Yeah.
Johnny Gaudreau, 31 years old, a.k.a. Johnny Hockey, played for the Columbus Blue Jackets, and his brother Matthew, 29 years old, both killed last night, drunk driver, and while they were in New Jersey. And the saddest part about it, and we'll talk about it a little bit later, they were home going to attend the wedding of their sister. They were both groomsmen in her weddings. That whole family's just heartbroken.
What know what I'm saying?
They can't
you can't
get married.
That's what I'm saying. You have to cancel the wedding.
But even whenever you have it, it's not going to be the same.
It's not going to be the same.
My 2 brothers were killed. They were both home. We were going to have a wedding tomorrow. Folks, do not take life for granted.
Bro,
I say that
real.
all the time. And love your people. Love on your people. Love on the people who love you.
Right.
Life is way too short.
Way too short.
So we got some birthdays, D, and I chose it to be the Sunday that we put the podcast out. So September 1st birthdays, we got Kenny Mayne, former ESPN sports anchor. We got Hall of Fame linebackers Jason Taylor and Zach Thomas. I don't know if you remember, Jason married Zach's sister. They broke up.
Oh, they ain't
They
last
since
long.
got divorced. Well, they made it a while, but
Okay.
Jason's not with her anymore. But happy birthday to them. Tim Hardaway Sr.,
Okay.
NBA guard, gold medal winner, 2000, Miami Heat standout.
Okay.
We've got Matt Fitzpatrick, English golfer. He won the U.S. Open in 2022. Running back Clinton Portis played for the
Ooh, okay.
Redskins, Denver
Clinton Portis was a
Broncos.
hard runner too.
He was a
Solid
hard runner, and he's probably running now because he's in jail for the insurance scheme.
Damn. And it can keep running and running.
running and running. And then the boxer Eric Morales, he was a good boxer.
Okay.
WBCA bantamweight. He held the title
birthday,
from 97 to 2000. And hockey player Brian Bellows, he played for several
Brian
teams. So
Bellows.
just a few of the athletes who celebrate September 1st as their birthdays.
Man.
Leading off, D, and I switched this up a little bit because all this talk around contracts and people want to renegotiate and get extended. Is it necessary for us to know what athletes make?
Oh,
because at the end of the day, do we really? Because you don't know. A lot of times, you don't know what the person right next to you makes till they slip up and tell you. Then you get pissed off,
and then you get mad.
Oh damn!
I don't think so.
I need
you know
to
how people get mad.
renegotiate.
That's what messed up the market from the get-go. As far as when Deshaun Watson got his money for all the quarterbacks, and then now you see all the receivers, they getting paid out the man. They making this bread. Because I just seen that they signed that boy Ayuk to the 49ers. If it was me, I wouldn't care what they would pay me. Just being part of that organization, and I thought the goal was to win a Super Bowl. You know what I'm saying? Like,
it is.
The goal
I know
Super
you
Bowl,
want that financial security.
You want that cheese for sure, but I think the ultimate goal was to win a Super Bowl. So where can I have the chances to win consistently and go to the Super Bowl as many times as I can? But good for him. But I don't think it's necessary for. I don't even know how much you make, because that's when it gets money makes everything weird. It gets
it makes
everything
people
tricky.
Look at folks sideways,
different.
Yeah.
Yep. And people are a little more hesitant when it comes to money, because it's just money makes the world go round, and it is. Oh, he
ended up getting slotted right where he should be. Yep. He's right there with Tyreek Hill. They're both at $30 million, and we'll go through this in just a little bit.
Damn,
but I give him credit. He has been productive, but there's been people more productive than him. And I guess obviously, but we're going to get into this Dak Prescott. He's going to break the bank. Dak may end up being the highest paid NFL player of all time.
It's crazy.
And he hadn't won a damn thing.
And that's what I also like. That's why also I don't think it's important that we know, because some organizations ain't got bread like that. The Dallas Cowboys got bread like that. You see, they just signed CD to a max contract, getting to that bag. And then they are probably going to, like you said, sign Dak for another.
I think Dak's will be a free agent. He said if they don't sign him leading into week 1, then he doesn't even want to talk about it. And he's just probably go into free agency.
Man.
And he's going to already command $65 million.
I'm Jerry Jones. Test the market.
As a free agent, he will be testing it, but he's going to get it. That's the thing.
Oh, you think somebody's going to pay him that money?
Yeah, there's teams out there. They say the Raiders would pay him. I'm just thinking, any team that needs a good quarterback, think about it, D. He's getting into his prime years. He's going to be 32 years old. Dak can probably play if he stays healthy
in today's game
to the 40s.
Now that with the sports nutrition and just the medicine and
even if you get injured, they can get you back on the field quickly.
They can get you back in a great in a reasonable amount of time, for real, for sure. That's for sure. But damn,
but I don't think we need to know. We don't know anybody else.
Now we looking at him like he don't deserve it. Of course,
he really does.
But
he does. You deserve what the market pays you.
I can't. I of course we just talking, but I can't physically say what somebody is worth and the work you put in and all the time behind the scenes and stuff you went through. Like, you might actually earn that amount of money, because I know didn't his mom die? Yeah, mom died.
And
so
remember, his brother died recently.
And his brother, so he's been. I can't. When it comes down to that terms, as far as you might do earn the money, so don't let me sound like that. But as far as we talking about what you did on the field,
right, we're talking about production.
On the field, production, you don't earn that money. You don't need all that money, man.
You're not worth
You,
that.
you
I
ain't
mean,
worth it.
okay,
Is
D.
you
And it's
worth
funny you
it?
said right.
Or
You're
is
not
you?
worth it.
Or is you not worth it?
It's funny you
I
say
don't think
that.
they.
I got something coming up later on that leads right into that. And you'll be like, damn, we were just talking about that. So we'll move along, but in my opinion, it's not necessary in
Yeah, I
any
don't need to know.
sport that we need to
I
know.
don't wanna
That
know
that's between
if you
the athletes and the team that they play for.
right. Keep it on the low.
Keep it on the low. Cause if you're paying me,
Cause if you're paying me,
I'ma need some more.
I'm gonna need some more.
All right, so we're moving to You Got My Attention. And if
You got
you
my
all know
attention.
what this segment is all
You
about, it's
already,
college sports.
yeah.
Hey, week 0 was last week,
Week
and it
0.
gave us the first upset of the
And it
season.
wasn't weak as F.
It wasn't weak as F.
It was actually
Georgia
really
Tech
good.
went over to Dublin,
Let's go.
Ireland, and they shocked Florida State
That was a great game.
24-21.
Good game.
And they say this loss could be costly because immediately the Vegas odds gave Florida State a 12% chance of making the playoffs.
Ooh.
Now they were ranked 4th, and the last thing I saw is now they're ranked 10th, and that's before everybody plays. So they may even slip out of the top 15.
Yeah, that was a great win because Georgia Tech actually
they showed up.
They have a good program the past couple years. Last year they made a bowl appearance, and they were just a deal. All the players were pretty much returned. So you got that camaraderie, you got that chemistry as a team, played with each other for multiple years, and you just got that. Oh yeah, pause. And then you just get that senior. You got that senior leadership. So it definitely. You can see it on the field. They had a new quarterback. Florida State had a new quarterback, DJ Ungale, but he's been going from team to team. He's actually
that dude has bounced around. I know he was at Clemson.
He's at Clemson. Then he's at
Arizona State.
I know he was at Oklahoma State. No, he was at Oregon State. No, he was at Oregon State.
Okay,
but he was somewhere before that though. I think I know Clemson. I know Oregon State, and I know Florida State. But there might have been a fourth one in there.
So he'll be 40 when he graduates.
Yeah, he'll be 40. So when I saw that, I'm like, oh, this is going to be a good game. But you and me had talked about, we was rooting for Georgia Tech, so I was rooting for Georgia Tech.
We sure were. That's funny we brought that up.
They succeeded, man. I was excited. I'm like, that was a great win.
Yeah. And then our SEMO Redhawks stumbled early, but found a way to beat North Alabama 37-15.
Go ahead, SEMO.
I watched that game. I didn't watch it the day of. I watched it the next day. But that was a good win for them.
It was for SEMO to be on ESPN.
Them on ESPN.
Like, I think that's just a win in itself. We're on ESPN, like at a prime time.
Even if it's ESPN 8,
that's good exposure.
That's great exposure for that program.
For SEMO, come on now. Oh yeah, we'll play on.
Because when they went to Division 1, they were getting thrashed.
Because I think we're in the
OVC, Ohio Valley Conference.
OVC, but we play a lot of teams in the Sun Belt Conference?
I think you're right. Or
Arkansas State. We face like those teams. Yeah, a Northern Alabama.
Like a second tier.
Yeah, D1
level D1. Yeah. But you're still Division 1.
But still Division 1. It's still Division 1. You can still went D1.
The backup quarterback was pretty good.
He was
Shepley, something like that.
He was hitting.
He was throwing the ball. He was slinging it, as they say. Pause.
But no, that was tight too. That was another good. Glad to see SEMO. That was a good win.
Especially to see them come back because they struggled early, like I said, and then they came back and got into the ball game. Then they took advantage of a couple of turnovers, and where you knew it's like, oh damn,
yeah,
they got the win.
Yeah.
And then we roll into week 1, which was August 29th, last night, Thursday. You had Colorado versus North Dakota State, and we had been waiting on this ball game since last season, and I felt just as hyped. Colorado holds off North Dakota State 31-26. D, what are your impressions of that game?
So a lot of things. As far as Shedeur, he's going to the league. Travis Hunter's going to the league.
How tall is Travis Hunter? I was going to look that up right before we got on. Is he 6 feet?
Oh yeah. He's
Okay,
six.
he just
I want to say
looks
six. I want to say
small to
six
me
two.
for
He's just
whatever reason.
very like just
Light.
skinny. He's just skinny. He works out. Let's see, Travis, because I was looking up his stats earlier.
Damn, but see, you can't go by that though. We need to get the real deal, like without shoes, without flip.
Okay, 6'1". So he's probably like 5'10".
He's 5'10", 5'11",
He's
maybe.
probably 6 foot without
Yeah,
shoes.
I think he's about 5'10", because that's what he looks like to me. But man, that
185.
catch he made, the
That
winning
was
touchdown,
man.
I thought the dude batted it down, and then he
Oh
held his hand up.
yeah, his face was covered. Like his face was
Right.
like covered because the dude had his arm over his face mask, and he had to reach back.
Mm-hmm.
Such an awkward angle, but the fact that if it touches your hands, that's when we say if it touches your hands, you got to come down with it.
Especially in that moment too.
In that moment, you couldn't have, if he would have dropped it, you couldn't have blamed him, been like, oh man, he couldn't really see. Nah, none of that. Snagged
Especially if
it
you're
down.
a dog.
That's a playmaker.
And did you see who he was working out with pregame? T.O.
Come on now.
Seriously,
I
was
know.
doing drills with T.O.
I'm
and
telling
T.O.'s
you.
tossing Shedeur the ball during warm-ups.
He got
That's one thing I got to give Deion. He surrounds them
with winners.
With the
best.
Hall of Famers.
With the best. You're going to get coached by the best. If you're going to take advice from somebody, it's going to be somebody, Warren Sapp,
who's done it before.
But, okay, so to go back to what you were saying, my thoughts of the game, they got some dogs on that team. They still need to sharpen up. The defense is trash.
Horrible.
But in college football, a lot of defenses are not like that. They're not like shutdown defenses unless it's like a Georgia, Bama. I'm trying to think LSU.
So your
it's
top
mainly
tier.
Your top tier defenses are mainly. It depends on the program and who's the coach in there. But the defense got to step up. They couldn't stop. Man,
they couldn't stop me, you, and man.
That's what I'm saying. They were just simply running the ball, so they're gonna have to definitely get tougher on defense. But the offense is gonna be okay.
But they were killing them with the slant. They kept running that slant over and over and over.
They got speed on the outside for sure. It's just still though, and that offensive line was still a little sketchy. Shedeur was running the entire time.
There were times where he had time to throw.
Okay, he had time to throw, but
sometimes
it was better than last year.
I think he was holding the ball too long too.
That's what it might have been though, because I was noticing like maybe that's what it was. He was holding the ball just. He was holding the ball. He was waiting for it to develop. Now Shedeur is a quarterback, like.
Oh no, he's no joke.
445 yards, 4 touchdowns. Come on, man.
Right.
That's NFL. All throwing, and he would run when he need to. But as far as he is hitting these receivers up.
That's the one thing I noticed. He wasn't running as much as a year ago. He sat back in the pocket more, and maybe that's why. Yeah, you're letting those players get to you, those defensive that pressure get to you. But he made the right throws and the right reads, and I don't remember too many drop passes for the most part. He was putting the ball where he needed to.
There's not a lot of mistakes.
It's that defense, man. It's just so disappointing because
it's that Mickey Ficky defense,
man. Because I wanted that to be so much better than a year ago. It's obvious, like we said, they've shored up the offensive line somewhat. Like you said, it's not perfect. And again, too, it's the first game.
It's the first game.
Sometimes these players have to gel. They got to get together and work together longer. And yeah, they weren't playing a slouch team. That
was a good program.
North Dakota State, they're used to winning ball games.
They won 11-4 last year.
Right.
So they're used to having winning programs. Carson Wentz, Trey Lance came from there. They're used to having a lot of success, winning records every year in the past probably 5-6 years for sure.
And the thing about scheduling, and I don't know if a lot of people know this, schedules are done years in advance. I bet North Dakota State's been on their schedule probably 4 to 5 years. Deion had nothing to do with that.
Right.
The only thing that changed for them, because they changed leagues or conferences, you had to build those games in. But those non-conference games, those are built way in advance.
Already, yeah.
And North Dakota State got a nice payday and showed up and showed out. They could have won the game. They had opportunity to win the game.
They were winning the first half.
I think where they messed up is when they took his name, Cam Miller, the starter If you notice, he had the lefty quarterback, bulky, the one that was really
Oh, damn.
gashing him on the run.
Right.
Because Cam Miller last year, his completion percentage was 73%,
Damn.
and he was killing Colorado. And
Yo,
then when they
he
would
was.
alternate, they gave Colorado a little time to stand back. And even the lefty, can't think of his name, but killing them on the run.
Yeah, the
But
run was killing.
they spent
was
too
getting
much
hit all
time in
over.
that fourth quarter running the ball
Mhm.
when they really should have just kept gashing them because
Yeah, because they
the
were
time
beating
of
them.
possession was crazy. They killed Colorado in the time of
Mhm.
possession. They were holding the ball quite a bit, so they did a good job. All in all, it was a decent
solid
game.
game.
I can't say it was that bad, and Colorado came out on top. And then I forgot about the Mizzou game. Number 11th ranked Mizzou covered the spread. They beat Murray State 51-0. I think we
Damn.
covered the spread.
They
I
did
think
cover
the
the
spread
spread.
was 50.5. How does Las Vegas
50
do
and a
that?
half.
How do you seriously? How do you know that, D?
50 and a half.
It was 50.5.
And they won what?
51-0. So you got to be on the other side of the half.
You can't. You
Seriously, how did they do that?
Come on now.
That's why I don't gamble.
That's why I won't. I still don't. People ask me all the time. I do my predictions for games and stuff like that.
Yeah, we do it for fun, and
we do it for fun, and they're like, "Oh, why don't you put money on it?" Because of that for that reason, man. I don't want to watch the game. My heart hurts. You know, like my stomach. No, don't get me wrong. Like I did when I went to Vegas. I said this before. I did bet on some games, and I won. Bet in Vegas. And I got
win in Vegas,
win in
Rome.
What I spent $10, I got 25.
Right,
you know, cool little.
You weren't betting the mortgage on
right
whatever you gambled.
And then had I bet more, could have made more. But I'm not willing to lose it. And maybe that's my problem.
That's why I don't go to the casinos.
I don't get no enjoyment.
I'm just giving away some money.
I'm just not gonna give it away.
Right, I might as well hand it to the man on the street corner and let him go get something to drink.
I would feel a lot better.
Help me, need food. Then you see over there, they got stacks of money.
Bad. Would you rather gamble or give it to? I'm putting in a slot machine.
None of the above.
Right.
That's where none of the above comes in. And I'm not trying to sound ruthless or mean. It's just a lot of people out there panhandling and begging that really don't need to do. Especially if you see people in the same spot at the same time. You could have clocked in somewhere.
Yeah, I know it's the clothes they got on too. Your shirt looks too new. Jeans look too new.
Shoes don't look dirty enough.
Right. You don't look like distraught enough. You don't look like you
can't be eating something or drinking something when I see you.
Right.
Because that means you got some money from somewhere.
Right. You look healthy in the face. You could tell. You ain't just gonna get no money off me. You go,
Lord, don't take our blessings away for that. We're just telling the truth.
Let's move on. Let's move
on. Let's move on.
Serve others. I definitely do. But I definitely do give money though.
We give where it's needed.
Mm-hmm. Hey, no, but I ain't gonna lie to you. So one time I was down by the loop, and this displaced home. How you say it?
The unhoused now. That's
the unhoused. The unhoused.
Homeless, aka
I had
homeless.
The unhoused. Well, I had my watch on, and then he was like, "Oh, y'all got some spare change?" I was like, "No, we ain't got nothing." He's like, "Man, that's a nice watch, though." I said, "I go say what I said." I'm just like, oh, see, I didn't have no change at the moment, and you go like, oh, that's a nice watch. What does that mean?
Like you just go up the watch,
right?
Here, man.
Oh, like I had some money because I had that watch. I earned that. You could go buy you one.
That is too funny. I have a true confession. So I'm coming out of Dollar Tree, right? So it's not like I'm coming out of an expensive store, but dude, he was begging when I went in and begging when I came out. And he said, oh, saw where I worked. And he said, man, why don't you donate me a 1,000-inch TV? I said, okay. And why don't I give you 1,000 kicks in your ass? Hey man, you didn't have to go there with it. Lord, please don't.
Yeah, we're not trying to block our blessings. We just
Please
trying to be
forgive
honest.
us and continue to bless us.
That's part of the. You got to be honest. You got to come
No, you
clean.
do. Because anyway, we'll move on.
Go on.
Saturday's action. Now we will obviously come out a little bit after these games have been played, but we got Georgia Clemson. D, I know you're waiting on this
Man,
one.
that's gonna be a real good game because you can't underestimate Clemson. I know past couple years they haven't been the Clemson of when they really had
When
going
they
back
were
to Trevor
running things.
Lawrence. Yeah, when they were running things when they had Deshaun Watson, Trevor Lawrence, they were going back to national championships.
They were battling Alabama
Yep.
for those titles.
Yeah.
Either Alabama would get in there or Clemson would
Or
get in there.
Clemson
They're
was getting in
kinda
there for that.
alternating.
Yep. They haven't been that, but still a solid program. They're gonna be well coached and they're gonna be ready to upset the number one team. But it's them Georgia Bulldogs.
It's
Come
those
on now. Let's
Bulldogs.
get the Bulldogs. I'm very excited for this game. SEC matchup versus ACC. Is Clemson in the SEC or are they still in the
ACC?
Yeah. So
They
still
never
in
got
the
the jump yet.
They didn't get the jump yet, but man, it's gonna be a good game. I'm excited for this game for sure.
You got Fresno State and Michigan. You got Notre Dame and Texas A&M. Miami of Florida against Florida. Then you got West Virginia and Penn State. Then on Sunday, September 1st, LSU versus USC. Now that's going to be interesting to see how USC has bounced back now that Caleb Williams is in the NFL playing for the Bears.
Right.
And then on Monday, Labor Day, you got Florida State trying to get some redemption against Boston College. We got some good games coming up.
It's well matched. I'm looking forward to it, especially because it's that 12-team playoff. And then I saw how they're going to do the playoff and the bracket and how they do it. That's going to be pretty exciting when we get down to that because you got so many more teams that can make it. You can get some smaller school teams that go undefeated and they can make this tournament. So it's
SEC and the Big Ten, you might be able to get away with 3 losses. But everybody else, you can't have 2.
Oh, everyone else, if you're not in the SEC like one of those bigger conferences and you're not one of those like Ohio State or something of that caliber, you got to go undefeated.
You can undefeated or be like 11-1.
Yeah.
Outside of that, you're not getting in. And that's why Florida State, they dropped so drastically by losing that ball game because the ACC is not regarded as a strong conference. So they're not going to get that much play and not get looked at as strongly as the other two that we just mentioned, the SEC and the Big Ten. We'll see how all that pans out. Moving on, and this is a little NFL talk. Jerry Jones, the businessman, is very successful, having paid $180 million for the Dallas Cowboys when he first purchased the team, and now it values at more than $10 billion. That's billion with a B.
With a B.
So that makes him a hella fine businessman. But as an owner and GM, are you effing with him or are you not effing with him? And I use Emmitt Smith as an example. He didn't negotiate Emmitt's contract well. Emmitt held out for 2 games. They realized they needed him. Emmitt came back, won the MVP. The rest is history. You got Dak getting ready to probably be a free agent if they don't sign him by the time the NFL season starts next week. CeeDee Lamb, he could have signed him for $25 million if he'd have done it back last.
Right.
I want to say was it towards the middle of the season, end of the season? Anyway, prior to this, you could have signed him for far less than what you did. And that's where I say, as a GM, I'm not effing with him because his strategies always blow up in his face. You know? Seriously, someone who's made so much money, you would think he'd be smarter than.
Or learn from his mistakes and not be so hard-headed or stubborn. Because you've seen this, it's happened time and time again. Like, the players are going to sit out. They know they're going to strong on me, and it's almost, I'm not going to let you strong on me if you go ahead without them. But at the end of the day, you're going to want to win. Saying it's the Dallas Cowboys. And
now they've gotten smart where they just, okay, I'll come to practice, but I'm not going to practice. So I'm not going to lose any money.
I'm not going to,
because I'm here. I'm
I'm
just
still
not
at
gonna
practice.
practice.
I'm just
Yeah,
not gonna practice.
yeah. I'm just not gonna go on the field and
Practice?
practice.
We talking about practice?
Is that boy AI?
AI on that MGD Apparel Custom.
Man,
Ooh, look at that.
that is
Practice?
tight. That
We
is
talking
tight.
about practice?
Now you talk
Yeah.
about we got the redesigned
Ooh,
logo,
look at that logo.
that redesigned Me and D logo.
Now
Don't
that's
sleep on it.
fresh.
And we've got it in all sizes in white right now. We'll be
In
adding more
white,
colors to the mix, but
my
right now you can get it in white. Put your orders in.
please.
Yeah, we're
Yeah.
ready. We're
Yeah,
waiting.
we ready. But
So
as far as his strategy, it's trash. It's just stubbornness. And this point, it's just old man stubbornness. Go ahead. You could have, like you said, you could have been signed them,
both
had them
of them,
already, both of them
and have more
already.
money for the team to spread around for somebody else.
Here lately, no, not back when they were winning. You could make an argument, but that was more of as far as players and coaching, and but he put the team together and stuff like that. But
It's just how he
here lately,
negotiates contracts. I'm not effing with him.
It's the same bad strategy.
And it blows up, like I said, in his face
And
every time.
it comes down just to the last second, a week before you go ahead and sign CD, before you actually start games. Should have been signed him.
So him and Dak hadn't been working out at all. They hadn't been getting that continuity. And I criticize Ayuk too. He held out. You and Brock Purdy make a great tandem, but you got to build that timing up because Brock got married in the offseason. They might have worked out a little bit prior to in minicamp, something like that, but it's not the same.
Right. Yeah, and especially
you got to get those reps, man.
Mm-hmm.
Got to get those reps and get that timing down.
But I'm not effing with it.
I'm not either, son. When it comes to, like I said, him as a GM owner, man, you hold that team forever. $10 billion, and it's only gonna grow.
Wow.
I think it's them and the Yankees are the top two.
It's like
franchises.
Money, yeah, as far as like that bread.
Right.
There's a lot of people
that they could sell it for.
There's a lot
$10
of
billion.
Yankees fans and there's a lot of Cowboys fans for sure.
Crazy. All right, I got a who you got.
Who you got?
And this is a 3-piece who you got. You got Ja'Marr Chase, Justin Jefferson, and CeeDee Lamb. And the reason I bring this up is because Ja'Marr right now, he's still holding in. He wants to get paid. CeeDee Lamb just got his cheese, $136 million with $100 million guaranteed. And then Justin Jefferson got his cheese. He's the highest paid receiver right now at $35 million plus. And Ja'Marr sitting back waiting on his cheese. Now, the only thing that's keeping him from getting his money, CeeDee and Justin Jefferson, they had 1 year left on their deals. Ja'Marr has 2 years left. And most times they don't renegotiate when you have 2 years left on the deal. It's just when you have that 1 year left and you could possibly walk soon after that. But listen to these stats. 16 games last year. He had 100 receptions, 1,216 yards, 7 touchdowns. CeeDee was 135 receptions. He did have 1,749 yards, 12 touchdowns. And then Justin Jefferson, remember, he was hurt. He was injured. 68 receptions, 1,074 yards, 5 TDs.
1,000 yards.
Yeah. Still got 1,000 though.
Still got 1,000 yards despite being hurt.
But I'm a Ja'Marr Chase fan.
It's funny that you said that. If all healthy, all got a good quarterback that can get them the ball. Ooh. Cause CeeDee cold.
He is.
CeeDee's cold. Like you give him the ball, he can.
I just love the way that Ja'Marr can go up and get the ball though.
They all could take over a game, that's for sure. It's too easy. Dang. The first name that popped in my head was Ja'Marr Chase. That was the first head out of all three. CeeDee cold though. CeeDee last year had a great year.
He did have a great year.
I think I'm just going off of last year.
And you got to remember,
CeeDee.
Dak had a MVP type season.
Right. But Man, all three of them just cold, man. I mean, shout out to all three of them, but man, that's tough. I'll probably go Jamar though.
I'm taking Mr. Chase.
Yeah, I'm taking that
I'm taking Jamar Chase.
Joe and Jamar Chase.
That's a hell of a combo. Like I
That's a
said,
hell
the
of a
way he
combo.
can stretch
Dak
the
and CD
field
is cold, but
and go up and get the ball.
I like Jamar. I like Joe and Jamar.
Mm-hmm.
That's a good one. But I'm gonna go Jamar Chase on that one.
And just to round out the top few receivers, again, like I said, Justin Jefferson, $35 million. AJ Brown at $32 million.
Cheddar.
Detroit Lions, Amon-Ra St.
I like
Brown
Amon-Ra
at 30
St.
point.
Brown.
Oh, I guess
he a dog.
30.3 million. Then you got Brandon Ayuk, Tyreek Hill, both at 30 million apiece. So he's gonna slot somewhere in there. I really can see Jamar being closer to 40 million. I think he's gonna get more like
These
a $38 million contract. See, that's what I'm saying. And then running backs can't get jack.
And they can't get none
and
of
they
that.
take more punishment.
And as far as establishment, I guess now it's more of a passing game for sure.
It
But
most
teams
definitely
that run the
is.
ball, but the teams that run the ball, man, you can definitely just impose your will. Look at the 49ers as far as CMC.
That's what wins.
That's what wins.
You got to have a running game to be able to win a championship. Defense and running and a strong running game will lead you to a championship, in my opinion.
Passing game will just take it to a next level as far as just like the score and stuff like that. Your passing game is on. You can really just score quickly. But yeah, man, good run. It's simple. Play good defense.
Especially you can
run the ball.
Control that clock towards the end of a ball game. You got to run the ball and run it effectively. All right, son, I got it. This one might take a little bit, but we'll try to get through it. But I know they've had different polls of the top underrated, overrated, underrated. I know ESPN just had one. But this one I stumbled upon, and it was in The Athletic the other day, put together by Mike Sando, where 50 NFL coaches and executives were polled, and they gave their opinions of, and it's called the NFL Top QB Tier 2024, right? Tier 1 criteria. A Tier 1 quarterback can carry his team each week. The team wins because of him. He expertly handles pure passing situations. He has no real holes in his game. There are only 3 quarterbacks in this mix. Number 1, Patrick Mahomes. Number 2, Joe Shiesty, Joe Burrow. Number 3, Josh Allen. The only unanimous number 1 Tier 1 selection was Patrick Mahomes.
Yeah.
So you agree with that?
Josh Allen throws a lot of mistakes, though.
I think he's more of a Tier 2.
I think he's Tier 2.
Joe Burrow, when he's healthy, he doesn't make many mistakes.
Yeah.
That's one thing you got to give him. He may take too many sacks, but that's because of his offensive line. But they've bolstered that. But again, the criteria is they win because of him. And that's where I agree with.
And I agree with Josh Allen. They win because of him for sure. He does it all. So I guess you could say because that's why he throws a lot of interceptions, because he is just trying to just do it all. Like
that's true.
He's just trying to do it all. So I agree.
And
I'll say
you
more
know
maybe.
I'll come back to that, because when I read
Tier 2,
the Tier 2 criteria,
like number 1, Tier 2, like for sure. But you can make a solid argument for Tier 1.
Yeah, because when you listen to Tier 2, he's a little bit above that. A Tier 2 quarterback can carry his team sometimes, but not as consistently. He can handle pure passing situations in doses and or possesses other dimensions that are special enough to elevate him above Tier 3. He has a hole or two in his game. That's where I say he might be Tier 2, because the holes that he's trying to do too much, not rely on his running game or the people around him.
Right.
Josh or Patrick Mahomes and Joe Burrow for sure, Tier 1. I think Josh might be Tier 2, but again, this is voted on by coaches and execs, so they see him differently.
Yeah, so it makes sense.
Here are the two. Let me give you the Tier 2 quarterbacks.
Go ahead.
Lamar Jackson,
Mm-hmm.
Matthew Stafford, Justin Herbert, Aaron Rodgers, C.J. Stroud, Dak Prescott, Jared Goff, Jalen Hurts, Brock Purdy, Kirk Cousins, and Jordan Love.
Yeah. So Josh Allen's tier 1.
You think you still think he's tier 1?
I think he's tier 1 because the thing is if you take Josh Allen off the Bills, they're
trash.
they're trashed. He is the reason why they win games. Of course, the interceptions because he's trying to make a play.
Right.
He has no one else out there. He's trying to make a play, and they don't establish a run game. They don't do a good job establishing the run game in Buffalo like they should. Just take a little bit of the stress off of him, so he doesn't have to make all the play. But in those terms, in those
using that criteria,
terms, and they're using that criteria. Yeah, I'll put Josh Allen. Because if Lamar was more consistent, he'll be messing with that close to that tier 1.
He would,
but the inconsistency. Usually,
especially in big games.
Josh Allen's pretty consistent in almost every game. Sometimes they might lose that game, but he's usually
he keeps them in it.
Yeah, they're usually always in it.
Mm-hmm. Tier 3. A tier 3 quarterback is a legitimate starter, but needs a heavier running game and or defensive component to win. A lower volume drop back passing offense suits him best. And here the tier 3, and I don't disagree. You got Tua Tagovailoa, Trevor Lawrence, Kyler Murray, Deshaun Watson, Baker Mayfield, Derek Carr, Geno Smith, and Russell Wilson. They're legitimate starters. They do good things, but you got to have the other elements working for them to pull out a victory.
Really flourish. Yeah, it's not going to. Yeah.
And then tier 4. Yeah, no, it's spot on.
Yeah, that's pretty spot.
Tier 4 quarterback could be an unproven player, not enough information for voters to classify, or a veteran who ideally would not start all 17 games. They got Danny Dimes, Daniel Jones, Justin Fields, Gardner Minshew, Anthony Richardson, Will Levis, Bryce Young, Sam Darnold, and Jacoby Brissett. This is probably one of the most accurate
that's pretty
polls that I've seen, or comps that I've seen, that it's like, yeah, they got that one right.
No, they did. I think they definitely did. That was pretty spot on. Was Purdy 3?
No, he was tier 2.
Okay.
He doesn't make many mistakes.
He really doesn't. And he stays cool, calm, collective. And if he has a good game, they definitely win.
Right. When he's got time to throw the ball, and that's where they got to get Trent Williams signed, because he's protecting that man's blind side. But now he's definitely not a tier 3. He's not a tier 1 yet. I think over time he could be
tier 2. Like tier 2.
Yeah,
like
he's tier 2. I think it's and I think your good quarterbacks are tier 2.
Yeah.
I think it's your average. And Tua could be a 2. He just doesn't do it consistently enough. You do have to he's got to have the running game. Everything has to be working perfectly for him to flourish.
Mm-hmm.
Now, I thought this was
that's pretty solid.
That's great
that's a real good one.
Little poll, and I'm like, it's a little different from the others that I've seen. So I just wanted to touch on that.
That's what's up.
Bring a little baseball into the mix, and I got some sound for us. And this is this week's You Said What?
You said what?
Man, I hope you didn't say that.
Man, I know you didn't say that.
But I'm glad you said it. And this is somebody we both know, D, and respect and love. And I'm going to let you listen to this, his opinion.
Old school, man. And it's not going away. Working with the Braves for the last couple of years, it's very frustrating. It is very frustrating. I can't stand giving away outs. I can't stand strikeouts. I can't deal with guy on third, less than 2 outs, not hitting a ground ball at shortstop or second base to get that run in. I can't stand, every once in a while not laying down a bunt for your best hitters. 100 RBIs, so what? I want to hit 40 dingers. And, this is truly a chicks dig the long ball kind of era.
Of course, you know who that is.
Chips.
Chipper Jones, Hall of Fame third baseman for the Braves.
Mm-hmm.
And it's funny because watching the Cardinals this week and last week, they have trouble scoring runs with runners in scoring position.
Mm-hmm.
They don't get the runner in. And to Chipper's point, it was funny because I saw this like a couple days afterwards because I was frustrated. If you have a runner on third and one out or no outs, they don't try to just put the ball
Get the
in
run
play.
in. Yeah.
Everybody wants to swing for the fences,
Mm-hmm.
and then they end up striking out. And okay, then you got a runner on third and one out. Then the next batter, he pops up. Like nobody does the little things to get that run in, because that's the most important thing is just get that run in. If you got runners in scoring position, you got to thrive, and that's one of the reasons that the Cardinals are struggling, and one of the reasons that the Braves have worked themselves back into the wild card position. D, I don't know if you know that, but they are holding on to that third spot.
No, yeah, I know.
In the wild card,
we're still fighting. Yeah,
they're still fighting and battling, and if they've got a key series coming up with the Phillies.
Ooh, that's one of our rivals.
Yeah, if they can take 2 out of, I think they got 5 games left with them. If I'm not mistaken, I might be wrong, but I just know they've got an important series coming up. If they can split that and then somehow continue to get better and get healthy, they're going to be a team to reckon with. Just because they haven't had all their players this year. That's been the big part of why they're not dominating.
Right.
But I thought that was interesting that Chipper said that, because that's so crucial and is missing in today's game. Everybody wants to hit a home run. It don't matter. Man, we got bases loaded, no outs. I'm swinging for the fences, and swinging for the fences, you're striking out instead of getting that runner across the plate. I appreciate you, Chips. Thank you for that.
No, Chipper Jones, he really, and it's crazy that we always talk about the basketball. It's a way different game, and now football is a way different game. I haven't really thought of it as far as baseball is an entirely different game too as well. It's more of what's going to sell tickets and what's going to add to. It is a little bit more.
Chicks dig the long ball.
Exactly. Instead of yep. That's a good observation.
I tried to give him a break tonight, and
you talking about Jink Jink?
Yep, you know exactly what I'm talking about. I tried to give him a break. He said I need to be on, and he almost bit me when I tried to feed him. So
Jink.
Yeah, so let me bring him in.
Jenkins.
This is our segment called "You're a Jackass."
You're a jackass.
Yeah, and again, this is sad. Sean Higgins, the alcohol-impaired driver of the Jeep that killed Johnny Gaudreau and his brother Matthew the day before their sister's wedding. Where they were just they were going to be her groomsmen.
That's all bad.
That hurts on a whole different level, though. It's just so many layers to this.
It's so sad.
It's so sad.
The whole story is.
Isn't it crazy? And it's all because he tried to go around another car, and when he got in the wrong passing lane, that's when he hit them and killed them. You're trying to go too fast, and that's why I see people here in St. Louis running stop signs, running red lights. Seriously, when the light turns green, I sit there because I know somebody's gonna be barreling through.
You gotta chill,
and you see it all the time. Damn, if I would have gone, I'd have got blamed.
Or even at a stop sign, you gotta just make sure that they ain't gonna roll through just because people don't give a F.
They don't. And riding really these bikes, put some lights on. And that's the one thing they were riding. I think it was close to dark, if I'm not mistaken. Damn. They said last night around 8:19 is when the call came in.
I don't even like walking.
I don't ride my bike after dark, and I got a nice size light on it. And
oncoming traffic, because people are just crazy crazy at nighttime. But dude's a jackass.
Said he had 5-6 beers at the bar, and he left and thought he could drive, and then he got bold and wanted to pass, and he was in a hurry, and you just killed 2 innocent people. You just mess their lives up forever.
The whole family,
the whole family,
hockey family.
Matthew had
life up.
Matthew had a young baby along. His wife is expecting, so she's really gonna be doubly grieving.
This is all.
Johnny has young kids, and It's just all the way bad. So yeah, Jenkins, tell him again. I can put you back in the barn.
Sam Higgins,
You're a jackass.
you're a jackass. And then condolences to the family too.
Condolences to the family for
that
sure.
is tragic.
Man,
That's so sad.
crazy. A little something on the side. I don't know if you saw this one, D. Caitlin Clark is the new rookie 3-point record holder after she surpassed the 85 set by her fellow teammate Ryan Howard in 2022. And then, I don't know if you saw the other little thing, Shedeur Sanders becomes the first collegiate player to sign an NIL deal with Nike. And right now the deal is worth $4.7 million. So that's a little something on the side for both.
Damn.
So Caitlin continuing to set records.
A little something on the side.
And Shedeur Sanders signed first collegiate player to sign an NIL deal with Nike. He's steady getting to the bags.
The bread.
Different ways.
Perfect time, man.
Diversifying.
Good for him, man.
Good for him. All right, son. Let me get that juice out.
That juicy news.
Damn. That's a fresh pour right there. That's some of that good nice energy drink. What's it called again, D?
That's that excess right here.
That's what it is. Pour a little bit more in there for me.
Mango pineapple guava.
That's what I'm sipping on right about now. Oh, yeah. Perfect. That juicy news. Because if you don't know, now you know.
Young brother.
Young
sister.
Young
player.
Dwight
Howard.
P.
Diddy
Porter
family.
Cheetah. What's that juicy news tonight, son?
Because if you don't know, now you know.
If you don't know, now you know.
This is real quick juicy news. This is just some. Meg Thee Stallion has found a new little boo thing. So on social media, it seems she's been seen with NBA player Torrey Craig. He's a player for.
Does she have a thing for Tories? Tory Lanez, Torrey Craig.
Tory.
That's the first thing I thought about.
You might got a thing for Tories. Torrey Craig, he plays for the Chicago Bulls. They recently seen in a
but he's nobody. It always be them ones that nobody.
Hey,
scoop up.
She must have been in the club with him or seen like that, but
Club Fitness, Planet Fitness. He must have saw her at the Planet Fitness.
They look alike.
Oh,
he kind of look like Meg Thee Stallion. They look like a
Torrey the Stallion.
They look alike, but that was just a little juicy news. They in a relationship, and I was
came
just like,
out of the blue.
Because I was like, who?
Right. I had to look it up my damn self.
I looked it up myself, so I was like, okay, that is some little juicy news. Of course, Meg Thee Stallion, but yeah, they were on X and they posted I guess she took it down recently. She took it down, but they did a.
Why they take it down? Don't be ashamed
challenge,
of it.
like a little couples challenge. So I guess they brought it to light, but Meg Thee Stallion, she didn't find her in a little boo thing, so she's booed up. But it must be a thing for the Tories.
If you don't play them, claim them.
But that's just a little quick. Juicy news.
Quick hit juicy news. Juicy news. If you don't know, now you know. I had never heard of the brother till this week.
I'm like, okay.
I know. Okay. Didn't know she was looking.
Good for him. Good for him.
Yeah, I'm not mad at him.
We ain't mad at you.
Go say go who? Go say go who? Go Tory. Go Tory. Time for our pops, flops, and props.
Pops, flops, and props.
Oh, those pops, flops, and props.
Pops, flops, and props.
You popping tonight?
Pops gonna go to 6 more days until the NFL kicks off. We got Kansas City versus the Baltimore Ravens. AFC Championship rematch going down on Thursday night. It's gonna be it's gonna be a hell of a game. So I'm excited for that, man.
Are you ready for some football?
Now that's when I know football is back. I'm ready. High school, college, it's been there, but when that football is there, NFL, let's go.
Let's go.
Big pops.
Mine is gonna go to the Golden State Warriors for locking up Steph Curry through the 2026-27
Yep, saw that.
season by extending his contract by another $63 million. If they add the right pieces, D, that man has at least one more championship in him, maybe two, but they got to put the right pieces around him. But congrats to them and Steph. Who you flopping? Who you flopping? In?
Flops is gonna go to Carlos Alcaraz. He suffered a shocking defeat in the U.S. Open. He's a
Yeah,
young
he did.
tennis player, about 21. He's like the new hotness, young flash.
He's the man. Yeah.
Yeah. And he's actually have the talent to back it up, but he suffers a defeating loss and gets kicked out of the U.S. Open. So that was a flop for him.
All right, my flop is to Brandon Ayuk for taking so long to figure out that the best place for him was San Francisco. And now to John Lynch, get Trent Williams signed, man. Get
Right.
that man, get him protecting Brock Purdy, and I'll be happy. But yeah, Brandon, for the money that you signed for, you could have signed for that months ago. It didn't take this long.
Who would you want to play for?
Right.
Is my thing.
Exactly. Who you propping, son?
Props are gonna go to. I'm gonna have to go ahead and give it to Colorado, man. That was a good game, man. Kept me entertained. I still think they win about. I still say they win and go to a bowl game. It's gonna be tough for them. That defense was looking bad, but
Swiss cheese.
But the offense is gonna be there. The offense is gonna be there. So Shador had 444 yards, 4 TDs. Travis Hunter had 132 yards and 3 touchdowns, and also Jimmy Horn. I think he had 187.
Hey, that dude made some nice catches
with a touchdown too as well. And I think he had about 10 receptions or so, double-digit receptions. But they got a nice little offense. Props to them.
All right, my prop is going to go to Shohei Ohtani. Hadn't talked about him in a while. He joined the 40-40 club, so it seems like he put the gambling issues that started the season behind him. He's at 42-42 coming into tonight. And then I'm going to give Aaron Judge. He surpassed the 50 home run mark, 51 home runs, 123 runs batted in. He just won't catch Bobby Witt Jr. in the average race. So trying to get to the Triple Crown. But those are my two props from a baseball level. All right, son, it's time to tell someone to sit
your
ass
down.
Woo. Man, sit your ass down.
Please.
And thank you. Who you telling, D?
Yeah, my sit your ass down is going to Sean Higgins, man. That's just a sit your ass down in a jail cell, man. Don't drink and drive, people, man. Don't drink and drive. It's just one bad decision. One just changed his whole life, and then we really do take a life for granted, man. Life is so short. They were my age. I'm thinking about 29, the situation I'm in, having a family and a son, and about to get married and stuff like that, and that's still young. You know, 29, 30, around that age mark. That's just
so
it's not worth it. What's that 5 beers? Is that really worth it? If anything, if you're gonna drink, just drink at the house. And if you're gonna go out and socialize, get an Uber. Be responsible. Any type of drinking is not safe at all. So
we've all done it.
Yeah,
just
know what I'm saying?
Know your limit.
Right.
You know, I'm not gonna come in here and play holier than thou.
Oh yeah.
But just know your limitations, and if you've crossed that line, man, just catch an Uber, come back tomorrow and get your car, or have somebody come pick you up, or do something different. But yeah, those two for what they were planning for and how you've changed and impacted their lives, obviously their lives, but their families' lives forever.
Tragic.
That's tragic, son. Mine is going to go, unfortunately, but fortunately, to Deion Sanders. And my criticism and reason to tell Deion to sit his ass down is you can't win against the media. He's going back and forth with different people. He's banning certain outlets. Man, that's part of your job. You can only win on the field, but you cannot win against the media because they don't have to come see you to be negative towards you. And when you have so many people plotting against you and hoping that you lose, you can't win that battle. So Deion, in this case, sit your ass down and STFU. Listen to Pops. I'm a little older than you are. Take this advice. Having worked in the media, You need the media to be on your side to get your points across.
Ain't that the truth?
You can't come across negative. You can't ban people. You can't come at people because they criticize you. Again, that's part of the job. That's what you signed up for. But what you're doing, benefiting and helping young men flourish and be better, that's what you do. And you can use the media to help you get that message out there. But when you turn people against you, man, it's only going to backfire against you. So in this case, Dion, I'm going to tell you to sit that ass down and STFU and win, because winning defeats everything else. And once you prove you can win, you can prove all those MFers wrong. All right. Because they're plotting against them. They want them to lose.
Oh, they can't wait for him to lose.
Can't wait for him to lose so they can jump on the radio,
first game that he loses.
TV, first take, second take, third take. They want you to lose.
Take
that. All right, son, man, another good one. Another
good episode.
Another good episode, good content. Don't forget that MGD apparel.
MGD apparel.
If you need it, you want it, we can make it.
We got it.
Coming to a podcast and YouTube and Facebook near you. Bringing back the Monday night NFL.
Oh, yeah.
The Monday night NFL
wrap-up show.
Yeah, wrap-up show.
With AM and PM.
AM, PM, and CC. The kid.
It's the kid. We'll be back.
We will be back.
Talking football.
Man, that'll be coming to you next week sometime before the kickoff of the Chiefs and Ravens game. So be looking out for that.
Yeah.
We got more things coming for you. And if you want to get on here, get at us. We love guests.
You want to be our boss? Then I'm gonna get in with me.
You gotta pay the price.
You wanna pay the price? Yeah, shoot, $12.50. I ain't nothing now. Johnny, you trying to get on the podcast?
Come get with me.
Come get in with me.
Presidential?
Man.
We ain't stopping at no lights. You want to be the boss?
Man, you gotta pay the price. Man, you gotta pay the price.
If you want that 1,000-inch, you'll get that 1,000 kicks in your ass.
You get 1,000 kicks in your ass. He had to go there. What do you say?
You had to go there with it, brother.
Oh, man.
Yeah, I didn't, but I did.
I didn't, but I did.
All right, son, close us out. Man, you and Man tell us.
Man, but until next time, I'ma holler.